TTP Jamatul Ahrar has claimed responsibility for the attack on Lahore churches. Tehreek-i-Taliban Pakistan Jamatul Ahrar spokesperson Ahsan has claimed responsibility for the attack in a church in Lahore. There have been twin blasts in the church. 4 people have been killed and about 45 are reportedly injured. The blast took place inside a church in Yohanabad in Lahore. A suspicious looking man was held near the blast site. Moreover, the enraged mob dragged the body of a deceased suspect and beat it up in reaction. Hamza Amir is now joining us with more details. Hamza, has the area been sanitized? Have all those who've been injured taken to the hospital first of all?
Well, yes, in fact, the injured have actually been taken to the hospital, while the casualty number has now jumped up to 6 as confirmed dead. The blast that occurred in the church actually happened at a time when there was the Sunday prayers going on. There was a good number of Christians who were there. And the group that has claimed responsibility of the attack is the same group that has actually realigned and announced its allegiance back to the Tehrik-i-Taliban Pakistan also, Jamatul Ahrar. And it is the same group that also actually claimed responsibility of the attack at the Lahore-India border at Wagah, which claimed the lives of hundreds of people. So the militant groups basically are reuniting and actually, re-emerging in the Punjab province, while as a reaction to the military offensive that is going on in the tribal areas against them. And they have also said that as the Pakistan government continues to hang their people and execute them in jails, then they will continue to retaliate in the same manner.
Hamza, we also understand there's been a violent reaction to that blast with people dragging the body of the deceased suspect and thrashing it. Can you take us through what's happening exactly?
What is happening in Pakistan recently that, when people now are actually trying to take matters into their own hand, and that is exactly what has happened today also. Just recently there was a robber caught in areas of Punjab, and he was actually burnt by the people to death. One of them was actually tortured by the people to death. And this is exactly what they've done right now also. In reaction to that, obviously it took time for the security forces to actually come up and control the situation, but the people actually dragged the body of a suspected bomber who might have been behind the attack, and dragged him and actually trashed him very, very brutally. So I think going forward, it actually is hinting towards a very difficult situation for Pakistan, where if the people start trying to make it a normal and a regular practice of taking matters of security and concern into their own hand, then these kind of incidents will actually keep repeating itself.
Also, help us understand the situation. Hamza, stay on with us. We are getting some reaction.
की कोशिश की, उसकी कंडीशन कैसी, क्या वो भी बहुत शदीद जख्मी हुए?
वो सीरियस है, हॉस्पिटल में चला गया है। और एक और हमारा वो बता रहे हैं गुगा था, वो साबिक सदर थे हमारी यूनाबाद के तो वो मतलब उसकी डेथ हो गई।
अच्छा, यहाँ से मुश्तबा शख्स पकड़े गए, बताएंगे कितने अफराद थे, उनसे क्या पकड़ा गया? जी प्लीज बताइएगा हमें। दोबारा से हम आपसे ये सवाल करते हैं, कितने मुश्तबा अफराद जो है यहाँ से पकड़े गए, उनके पास क्या था?
2 लोग पकड़े गए हैं, तो अभी तक मुझे नहीं पता कि उनके पास क्या था, क्योंकि पता नहीं चला मुझे। भगदड़ पड़ी हुई है अभी, तो आप देख रहे हैं बाहर भी बड़ा शोर है।
जी, आपने इनकी बात सुनी, जैसे इन्होंने बताया कि खुदकुश हमलावर ने अंदर आने की कोशिश भी की है, 2 मुश्तबा अफराद जो है यहाँ से पकड़े भी गए हैं, और अभी इन्होंने ये बताया कि एक शख्स जो है उनकी हलाकत की ये तस्दीक कर रहे हैं कि इनके पुराने यहाँ के मार्केट के सदर थे, वो भी इस हादसे में जो है वो हलाक हो चुके हैं। जी,
आपसे इस बारे में मज़ीद भी अपडेट लेंगे।
Hamza Amir is still with us with more details. Hamza, help us understand these attacks on minorities that are taking place in Pakistan.
Well, Maha, what has happened is that Tehrik-i-Taliban Pakistan is actually an anti-minority, faction also. And now recently, after the Peshawar attack and the military offensive that was launched against them, initially they targeted Shia mosques. You know, Shikafu attack, then the Peshawar a mosque attack, and then there was another attack on the mosque as well, claimed the lives of a lot of people. And then now the Christians are also on the hit list as well. This actually goes to show that, repeated attacks on minorities actually are not, waking up the government as far as ensuring security is concerned. And that was exactly what was said by one of the organizations who actually staged a protest, and they said that if the government fails to ensure security, then they will be forced to do it by themselves. And that is, very, very alarming. Pakistan right now is on the offensive against the pro-Taliban militants, but on the other hand, Taliban, firstly, the same group announced their allegiance to Islamic State. That we have seen even the ball shockings and pamphlets being distributed in the capital Islamabad by Islamic State and Daesh. And now Tehreek-i-Taliban Pakistan is back into action while getting back the main faction of Jamatul Ahrar, which was a splinter group of Taliban, back into action. And now this is the first attack after their reunion. So I think going forward, it is actually a big question on the security forces of why such incidents are actually repeatedly taking place, and at the same time minorities are not being secure.
Hamza, how many people were assembled at the church approximately at the time the blast took place?
Sunday normally is the day of prayers for Christians, and they actually are going there. What I've heard from the local people who are in Lahore, local sources, they said that about 50 to 60 people were there inside the church while others were coming in. And because it's a crowded side and on Sunday, there are a lot of people coming in, so the security measures that were taken by them was only a walk-through gate and a metal detector, and that was it. About 2 or 3 security officials and the police security was deployed, and which is basically not enough. That is why this man was actually able to enter inside the church and execute this terror attack.
Also, Hamza, if you can help us understand the Yohanabad area where this blast took place, what is it like, and are there enough medical facilities around that area to support this sort of a tragedy that's taken place with 45 people having been injured in that blast so far?
Well, Yohanabad is a very crowded area. It's basically the main centers and the most congested areas of Lahore.
In Lahore, these blasts took place in a church in Yohanabad. Yohanabad is apparently one of the places where there is a large section of the Christian community staying. The blast took place while the morning prayers were on. It is suspected that one of the suicide bombers who could not enter the church blew himself outside. The casualty figure at this point in time is 10 people have been killed and over 50 are reportedly injured. Our correspondent from Islamabad, Hamza Amir, will join us in just a bit with more details. Let me quickly take you across now to Lahore, where the father of the church is speaking at the moment.
आज उसने कोशिश की है, ये कोई हमारे लोगों ने ये दरवाजे बंद थे बिल्कुल, तो वो नहीं आ सका, क्योंकि हम दरवाजा हमेशा बंद रखते हैं। जब लोग बाहर निकलने लगते हैं तो फिर उनके लिए खोलते हैं। ये बड़ा गेट हम हमेशा बंद रखते हैं। छोटे गेट के जरिए जब लोग आते हैं चर्च में तो वो हमारा वॉक थ्रू गेट है, वहां से आते हैं। तो छोटे गेट से लोग बाहर निकलते हैं, बड़े गेट को कम खोलते हैं। जब कोई गाड़ी वगैरह निकलनी तो फिर खोलते हैं। तो चूंकि वो गेट के अंदर दाखिल नहीं हो सके, लिहाजा उन्होंने फिर पहले तो फायरिंग की जो उनका मामूल है, उसके बाद उन्होंने मेरे जो घर का गेट है वहां जाकर उन्होंने धमाका कर दिया।
अच्छा, मुझे ये बताया, उस वक्त जो सिक्योरिटी भी मामूर था शख्स और जिसने रुकने की कोशिश की, वो उसकी कंडीशन कैसी है? क्या वो भी बहुत शदीद जख्मी हुए?
वो सीरियस है, हॉस्पिटल में चला गया है। और एक और हमारा वो बता रहे हैं गोगा था, वो साबिक सदर थे हमारी यूनाबाद के सत्ता, तो वो मतलब उसकी डेथ हो गई।
अच्छा, यहाँ से मुश्तबा शख्स भी पकड़े गए, बताएंगे कितने थे, उनसे क्या पकड़ा गया? जी प्लीज बताइएगा हमें। दोबारा से हम आपसे ये सवाल करते हैं, कितने मुश्तबा अफराद जो है यहाँ से पकड़े गए और उनके पास क्या था?
2 लोग पकड़े गए हैं, तो अभी तक मुझे नहीं पता कि उनके पास क्या था, क्योंकि पता नहीं चला।
All right, people have already started sending out their comments on the blast over Twitter. We can see Imran Khan strongly condemning the terror blast there, saying that it is sad that no protection has so far been provided to the churches.